you see the focus is really the wind.
Yeah, and it's the good news about that is at least we're not going to see the very high wind surges all through the night tonight, but the next, I would say, 5 to 6 hours will be crucial on how high those winds peak, and then it'll just stay generally windy throughout the overnight hours. But here is that high wind warning. We don't see this too often across much of Kentucky, southern Indiana also in that as well. The actual counties included here include on the outside there of Jackson, Jennings, and Carroll, but otherwise are the ones included in this. Officially starting at noon today until 7 p.m., although we're focusing a little on a tighter window, a little closer to the 2 p.m. to about 6 p.m. window, the way things are looking right now. We've got to get past the current batch of rain. The rain that we have now actually is helping to keep a sort of a lid on the atmosphere. A very cool setup at the moment. Once that passes by, then we enter the strongest of the wind zone, and then we just stay generally gusty throughout the overnight hours. But it's really the late afternoon commute timing here that we're looking at for the biggest issues that can develop. Right now, we've got some of the stronger winds on the northern side of the viewing area. This is where we've already had gusts up to 48 miles per hour into Seymour with, again, at least one report of damage up there from the wind. 34 is the current gust into Jennings County. And you see how the numbers are not showing up for the rest of really wave country because, again, the rain is keeping a relative lid on the area. But be aware, as this wind surges later on today, that potential is there to get over 50 miles per hour. And even as high as at the 60 briefly can take place. And that will easily get us into a level producing some scattered power outages. This is kind of an odd setup. If we don't get lightning and thunder, we're not going to get a severe thunderstorm warning, even though it can produce a damage, wind damage type setup, as you would have with a severe thunderstorm. So this is a bit of an odd setup, but fairly common in the cold time of the year. All right, let's get you outside live to the outlets in Simpsonville. You know, the other day we had the wind on Tuesday. These traffic lights were flying around sideways. We'll see what happens as we know later on this afternoon. All right, we had that one wind damage report, as I mentioned there, into Seymour in Jackson County. That's where the edge of the rain was just then approaching. The surge of wind took place just as the rain had moved in the southern part there of Jackson and Jennings County. Now they should begin to ease back a bit more on some of those wind gusts, but still a wall of rain taking over all of Indiana. And at times, this is mixed in with snow and sleet as you travel up 71, head toward the Cincinnati metro area, eventually going to all rain here very, very soon, though. Here in the metro, we had a few waves of moderate rainfall. We had a bit of a lull here in the past 30 minutes, but more is moving right in as you look at the radar being down toward Fort Knox. A little more scattered and often on nature, too, across central areas of Kentucky. Meanwhile, we get to the west. Here's the actual core, the center of the low pressure itself, developing in southern Missouri. This is going to get stronger as it crosses Illinois into Indiana over the next 6 hours. As that happens, that's when the wind field will enhance. But we need to watch right on the southern side of that low, where the sun is even trying to come out between, I would say, the land between the lakes area and Jonesboro, Arkansas. Whenever that happens, that's when you see the wind field that certainly can enhance itself and get those surges before we end up relaxing a bit more. Here's what it looks like on Futurecast. We get through about 2 to 3 o'clock. We're on the backside of the current steady rain. And this is where, again, the modeling is trying to hint there could be some breaks, not only in the rain, but even in the clouds. That would allow the wind to ramp up as we head into that 2 to 6 p.m. window. And then it'll stay windy, but we'll cloud back up again with general showers before they go over to snow showers later tonight into the overnight hours with, again, a light coating certainly possible. We're thinking that's going to be roughly midnight. We would see that changeover take place. Here's your 10-day early alert. Let me slide for a second so you can see all 10 days. You can see we have an alert day that's out now for Sunday, in addition to the ones Monday and Tuesday, but really we can group them all together. They're all about cold weather and the potential for perhaps even some light snow chances here. Saturday night and early Sunday, there is a growing signal here of a very light coating of snow that can fall. The numbers are trending colder now with single digits as we head into a late Saturday and Sunday morning. Look at these wind chills Sunday morning. 8 below in Louisville, 14 below into Salem. So again, we want to make sure you guys are aware of the dangerous cold wind chills we could see on Sunday. But being a Sunday, hopefully not a lot of people will be out in general for the holiday weekend, but we'll monitor the trends on that. I'll have more on that Monday snow chance that will linger into Tuesday as well coming up in the next half hour.
Yeah, good thing that so many